Have you ever asked an AI a question only to get an answer that feels, well, confidently wrong? Today, we're diving into the technology that fixes that. It's a simple but powerful idea called RAG, and it's basically like giving AI an open book exam every single time you talk to it. We've all been there, right? You ask a powerful AI something specific, maybe about a recent event or an internal company policy, and the answer you get is either from 2 years ago or just completely fabricated. It's not just frustrating, it kind of undermines the whole point of using these tools. And this isn't some random bug. It's actually a core feature, or maybe a core limitation, of how these huge large language models, these LLMs, are built from the ground up. Think about it like this. First, these models are frozen in time. Their knowledge has a hard cutoff date, so they literally know nothing about what happened yesterday. Second, they can hallucinate, which is really just a polite way of saying they can make things up with incredible confidence. And finally, they're completely walled off from your world. They can't see your company's documents or your personal notes. So, if the problem is that the AI has a closed book memory, the solution is just beautifully simple. Give the AI an open book. This is where a technique called Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG for short, comes in, and it absolutely changes the game. So what is RAG? Fundamentally, it's a system that forces the AI to look up relevant, up-to-the-minute information from an external source before it's allowed to write a single word of its answer. It's like connecting the model's brain to a live, current library of facts. The whole principle behind RAG couldn't be simpler. It's something we were all taught as kids, right? Look it up before you speak. So instead of just relying on old memories, the AI now has to do its homework in real time. And this slide really says it all. A standard LLM is like it's taking a closed book exam, trying to answer everything from memory alone. But a RAG-powered LLM, it gets to bring the textbook, the latest articles, all of its notes. It's taking an open book test. And as you'd expect, the answers are going to be way, way better. So what does this whole looking things up process actually look like? Well, it's not just a quick Google search. It's a really precise, intelligent 4-step dance. It all happens in 4 logical steps. First, it starts with your question. Then, the system instantly searches a specific knowledge base, not the whole internet, to retrieve only the most relevant snippets of text. Now, here's the really clever part. It then augments your original question by pasting that new context right into the prompt. And only then does the LLM even see it and generate an answer that's now grounded in real, verifiable facts. Okay, theory is great, but let's see what this looks like in practice, because the difference between an answer with RAG and without it is, well, it's night and day. So imagine asking about a new tech policy. Without RAG, the AI just gives you a generic, kind of outdated answer based on its old training data. But with RAG, the system first pulls the latest internal memo on that policy, and the answer you get is completely different. It's precise, it references the most recent update, and it's actually useful. This shift from guessing from memory to checking the facts is way more than just a minor upgrade. It has massive real-world benefits. It turns AI from a fun novelty into a tool we can actually rely on for important work. The impact here is just huge. First off, it pretty much eliminates those frustrating hallucinations. It guarantees that the AI's information is fresh and up-to-date. And, crucially, it lets you create a true expert on your own private data. This is what unlocks reliable AI for specialized fields like law or finance or even just high-stakes customer support. Okay, so if you wanted to build one of these RAG systems, what would you even need? It's not one single piece of software. It's more like an ecosystem of components that all work together, like different tools in a toolbox. This ecosystem really has 3 main layers. You've got vector databases, which are kind of like hyper-efficient libraries for AI. They don't just search for keywords, they search for meaning. Then you have frameworks, like LangChain, that act as the plumbing, connecting all the different parts together. And of course, at the end of the line, you have the LLM itself, the brain that takes all that information and synthesizes it into a coherent answer. And at the end of the day, that's what RAG is. It's the bridge. It connects the frozen, static knowledge of a pre-trained model to the living, breathing, constantly changing information of the real world, or your own company. So this all leaves us with a final, really powerful question. Once our AI is factually grounded and always up to date, what can we build with it? What are the huge problems, the ones we once thought were impossible, that we can finally solve? That's the future that RAG is unlocking for us right now.